Binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free over at inspireddisorder.com/plus.
This is The Ray Taylor Show.
Rayz Dayz, episode 102, where I recap my week and talk about all of the different things that happened, how uneventful every single bit of my week was. It was a pretty good week. It's my first week within my new scheduling system, I guess you could call it, working within my calendar and kind of really taking the thought process out of what I want to get done pretty much every day of the week. Every single day I have something scheduled, and so far it's worked out well because it's forcing me to take small steps in projects that I would otherwise just ignore and put off. So it's giving me a little bit of forward movement in very boring aspects of my life, which I appreciate that. And also helping to do other things, these other projects that have multiple steps that are going to take a long time, that are stuff that I kind of want to do regularly, implementing those into my week. So far, so good this first week. Has turned out well. You know, all of the days where I, doing the kettlebell stuff is great. I'm feeling stronger. That's feeling good. So everything so far 1 week in, I'm happy with. So we'll see how that continues to go next week and stuff. But as far as that, it was good. Good week. I was going to review. I add extra time, basically, because a lot of my quote-unquote free time I spend thinking about what I need to do, what I need to get done, and what I feel like working on. Now that everything is kind of scheduled, I don't have to think about that stuff. So when I'm done with my work for the day, I can just unplug from it and find things to watch. And, part of what I do is watching things so that I can review them. Obviously, I watched all of the movies in preparation for my reviews this week, and also wanted to finish watching all the movies that were nominated for Academy Awards because I wanted to rank them at the end of the week. But I was also going to review Season 2 of Upload, which is a show that I enjoyed. The first season is really, really great, and I was excited for Season 2 and was not at all into it. I think I got all of my stuff done early on, I think it was Wednesday. Wednesday is kind of the day where I have the least, it's the day where I do the most boring work, like running errands, processing my inbox, things like that, going over random things on my to-do list. So I don't have a whole lot of things that take up a lot of time. So I decided to binge Season 2 of Upload, which is an Amazon Prime original show. Very much, it's created by the same guy, one of the people who are part of Parks and Recreation, which is a show that I absolutely loved. More of a sci-fi take. It's kind of like if the afterlife, like if you could upload yourself to a different afterlife, like if heaven had other options, you could upload to maintain, to keep living, and then with the hopes that one day you can download yourself back into a body and to live for even longer. So you're in these kind of like afterlife server virtual reality things. What if heaven was based on capitalism, right? So the more money you have when you're dead, the better your afterlife is going to be, the more you can do. And it showed what it's like for the people that don't have any money that still get uploaded to these things. So the first season kind of tackled all of those things, all of those aspects of it, really introduced the world, which was really interesting. This season, less episodes, shorter episodes, and I just didn't really care about a lot of the stuff that was happening. It just I don't know. It just felt like they didn't have a lot to talk about. and they took the show, and so I was going to review it, and it wasn't going to be good review, and I might still review it at some point, but was very disappointed in that. And that's actually when I made the decision to just review. I looked up to see when the Academy Awards are, which they are tomorrow, Sunday. So I decided to finish watching. There were, Licorice Pizza, Drive My Car, and West Side Story were the 3 movies that I hadn't watched yet that were nominated. So I wanted to watch all of them, and then so I can accurately give my top 5 movies, kind of rank the Best Picture nominees, as it were. So I ended up doing that, changing. So I, kind of wasted my day. In some ways, I was going to watch the season anyway. It was a nice it really made that day feel kind of like a day off. Like Wednesday was kind of my day off. I got my little bit of errands run. I processed my inbox and filed all the things that I had just kind of piling up, filed all those stuff away, got done pretty early, ordered groceries, which is, usually something I do at the beginning of the week, and just kind of took the day off just to watch upload. I took notes because I wasn't into it. Like, I started watching it, and I was like, I think I need to rewatch some of the earlier episodes just to get the vibe of what's going on. And it helped, but it didn't really help that much because overall I didn't like the show. But because it's shorter episodes and less episodes, it was pretty easy binge. It was like a 4-hour binge of a show, which only an hour longer than Drive My Car. I didn't have to read anything, so it was a very, very easy day that day. But yeah, super disappointed. Super disappointed. The Many Faces is an ongoing abstract ink portrait series that I started many years ago. I release a new face every day, but go to inspireddisorder.com to check them out. So many available. But as a listener to The Ray Taylor Show, you can save 10% when you use coupon code INSPIRED when you check out. So go to inspireddisorder.com/TMF. That stands for The Many Faces. Go check them out, browse the entire collection, and when you decide on a piece, or maybe multiple pieces, make sure you use coupon code INSPIRED when you check out, and you'll save 10%. As a big thank you for checking out my work, for collecting my work, and for listening to The Ray Taylor Show. And with that said, let's get back to the show. One of the highlights were when I ordered groceries, which I think I ordered them on Tuesday. Something that's happened a few times. Since the pandemic started 2 years ago. I've signed up for a service, Instacart. Right, I got signed up for their premium service, so I don't have to pay for delivery fees or whatever. But it's nice because I can order from all kinds of different stores. Costco, Walmart, Sprouts, Ralph's, Stater Brothers, all the different grocery stores that are around, I have access to and just order things. And it's super convenient because I don't like going to the store. Usually, like when I'm out of something, I can just pick up my phone and add it to my cart right away. So then when it comes time to order the groceries, everything's pretty much there in the cart ready to go, and I just have to click order. And one of the things that's happened a couple times is that they get the order wrong, right? And they get the order wrong in different ways. Like there's been times where just like I drink a lot of mineral water, right? And there's been times where they didn't bring the mineral water or didn't bring as many mineral waters as I had ordered. And they're really great about refunds. All of the times that things have either been damaged or just not good, they're really good at giving refunds. But the other thing that happened where an order gets wrong is the person delivers too many groceries. They will accidentally grab a bag of groceries that is intended for somebody else and deliver it to me. Now, I do contactless delivery, so I don't see these delivery drivers. They just drop them off outside my door, and when they're gone, I go, because I'm usually working, I go pick them up, bring them inside. right? And that's what happened. I bring it inside, and as I'm putting groceries away, I see this extra bag of groceries. And what's happened every time I've gotten an extra bag of groceries, for some reason, it is a bag that has a bunch of Lunchables in it, which is something I haven't eaten Lunchables since I was a kid. I feel bad because these groceries every time are clearly groceries meant for like a single mom or maybe a dad who's taking care of his kid a few days of the week. You know, they get to see their kid on the weekends. It's usually somebody with kids. So on one level, I feel bad because these people are not getting their groceries, right? And the delivery driver, they're not coming back to my house if they even know where the house is. You know, usually when you deliver stuff, after you deliver stuff, you don't have access to the location you previously drove, right? So they would have had to remember all of that stuff by the time they went to the actual, even if they would have had to notice first off that they forgot a bag. So I feel bad, right? Because I got somebody else's groceries I didn't pay for, but it is what it is. I got them. I didn't make the mistake. Somebody else made the mistake, and whoever didn't get their groceries can easily get a refund, right? I know how the refund process works with Instacart, so I don't feel bad on that level. Like, they're not getting screwed over, right? But I do feel bad because it's clearly they're getting Lunchables for their kids' lunch for the week or whatever. But for me, it provides me with a unique opportunity to eat Lunchables that I would not normally buy for myself. Because, let's face it, Lunchables suck. The typical Lunchable where it's like the crackers and then you have the meat and you have the cheese and then there's usually a little like cookie, little dessert. Like, those are okay. Still, horrible quality meat. The cheese, it's just like not good quality food at all. I mean, it's like a charcuterie board to go. But not good at all. Slimy meat. You know, you got your just generic, you know, small slivers of cheese, and then your Ritz crackers, and then Oreo cookies, which Oreo cookies are great. And I don't even know if they're Oreo, but branded cookies, but that kind of style of cookie. Still yummy, right? But I also, in this package, had the pizza Lunchables, which I have never had. They did not exist when I was a kid. Like, when Lunchables started branching off into these other types of generic, horrible meal kits for kids, the pizza one wasn't a thing when I was a kid. So, as an adult, as somebody who's 41 years old, I get offered the opportunity to and have to eat because I don't want them going to waste. Why throw away food? Eat these disgusting pizza at Lunchables, which are just not good. They have like this pizza sauce, so it's like these little pita bread, right? Which is your crust for the pizza. Then you have like the tomato sauce, which all this stuff is cold, right? You don't heat it up. You eat it cold. But at no point do the flavors that hit my mouth remind me of the food known as pizza. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. So you put this cold sauce on it. You try and pinch out the puniest amount of shredded cheese that they give you, the mozzarella cheese that has zero flavor to it. You put that on top, and then they have little pepperonis. You put little 3 pepperonis on there, and then you eat it. And it's bad. It's so bad. And I got 3 of these things. So I was choking those down. And you got a Capri Sun, which out of everything, like almost everything in life, like anytime I've eaten something that I haven't had since childhood, it tastes different than childhood. Like, the quality seems to have gone down over the years, where it just does not taste as good as it used to when I was a kid. And maybe that's because it's been so long and I didn't have a great palate when I was a kid or whatever. But one thing that has not changed, in my opinion, at all is the Capri Sun. That tastes exactly the same as it used to, which I appreciated that. Because first off, I'm not buying any Lunchable product in general, right? I can buy Ritz crackers and deli meat and make my own little charcuterie board if I want. Chop up my own cheese. It's not that difficult to do, right? And I do that. I will do the types of food that you get in a Lunchable on my own as an adult. I don't need it to be small serving, prepackaged, just waste. And I definitely will never, like, at least it answered that question of what it tastes like, those pizza Lunchables. But they are disgusting. The sauce is disgusting. But I ate them. I ate all three. I did that while I was watching Upload. Those were like my snacks while I was watching Upload. Just trying to get through it. I wanted to try. I was like, let's see. Let's see what this is like. And it's just so bad. It is so bad. So other than that, I've been, watching ER. Like I've said every week, still watching ER. I'm at season 12. Episode, I think I'm almost done with season 12. And there was an epic episode. Like if you want to watch an amazing hour of TV, right, I would recommend in season 12, episode 22 of ER, the episode title is 21 Guns. Watch this episode. Now, if you're not following along, if you don't know the characters of ER, obviously you won't get the gravity of what the kind of danger these characters are in. You don't get all the backstory, obviously, with all these characters. But if you are a fan of the movie Heat, let's say, you will love episode 22, season 12 of ER, 21 Guns. It is crazy what happens. It is shot great. It is so different from everything in this show. I mean, every once in a while, ER will have an episode that is just amazing, right? They've consistently, all 12 seasons so far, are amazing. I mean, a lot of it is like soap opera-y relationships between characters that are in this hospital. Characters come and go. Different characters have different arcs. Overall, I love the show. One of the most amazing shows, especially how many episodes they cranked out. Like the type of show they have. But every once in a while, they'll do one of these episodes that are just amazing. And I was like also very high on an edible. Let's say that as well. So I was really in a place to be in the drama of the episode. But it's also shot different. This is an episode that obviously 21 Guns refers to the thing. There's going to be a shootout. And keep in mind, this show takes place inside of an ER. Now, they do go out, like there's been some side stories where doctors have gone to Africa and they did a whole Darfur kind of episodes to kind of raise awareness of what's going on in Darfur. They have kind of road trip episodes where characters will go different places, but primarily everything is taking place inside of an ER in Chicago, right? And there's a scene where one of the characters in this episode, one of the characters has an ex who gets progressively worse, like he's kind of a deadbeat dad, but then kind of gets worse, ends up doing something that landed him in jail. And in this episode, it is him and some people breaking out, using the opportunity of going to a hospital in order to break out of prison, and ends up taking like a character hostage. Another character ends up in the whole melee of them trying to escape, ends up getting injected with a paralytic that's supposed to paralyze somebody who is supposed to be given to the prisoner so that they wouldn't escape, ends up getting injected into a doctor. And now this doctor's paralyzed, so he can't breathe on his own. So now you have this nurse that's getting kidnapped basically by her ex who's escaping from jail. She has to put in a breathing tube, and she doesn't know how to do that. She's seen it happen. She's, seen doctors perform this procedure countless times in trauma. But now she had to do it on her. She's like, it is an insane episode. It is an insane episode. So if you want to see, if you've ever seen the movie Heat, I think you would appreciate this episode. It is a crazy episode. So check it out. If you have HBO Max, it's on HBO Max. The whole series of ER, which I would recommend if you're looking for a very long show to just put on regularly and watch. Like if that's the type of person you are and you don't want to, you're kind of tired of all the new stuff. You don't want to, you want to dip back into a show that's been around that had like 15, I think they had 15 seasons of like 20 something episodes per season, like old school TV and high quality. So good. I mean, there's definitely some bad actors that have kind of come and gone, but there's like, it's crazy how this show is still so good at episode 12. But if you want to see a crazy ER episode, Season 12, Episode 22, 21 Guns is the name of the episode. I highly recommend checking it out. So good. It blew my mind. I was watching it last night. I was literally, I was hyperventilating. I was crying. Reminder, I was on an edible, so I was far more invested in the show. Like, I was freaking out. Because this doctor can't move his lungs to breathe. Like, he is going to, and nobody knows he's in this room. He gets left there. Like, it is an insane situation. Such a great episode. So there's that. Join Inspired Disorder Plus today. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus to join. Membership includes members-only discounts and deals. You get access to the Ray Taylor Show completely ad-free, as well as bonus episodes. You get access to the complete live painting archive. You also get access to every single podcast ever produced by Inspired Disorder, hosted by Ray Taylor. You get access to Ray Taylor's personal blog, as well as the opportunity to ask me any questions. So if you want to start a podcast, you're into art, ask me anything. And so many more things are being added every day to Inspired Disorder Plus. So sign up today, become a member, head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus and become an Inspired Disorder Plus member today. Other than that, as far as my week, what you can look forward to now that I've kind of, assuming everything continues to work out the way it is, my plan is to, every week, there will be new merch. There will be new merch dropping every week, and that merch will either be the many faces in t-shirt form, clothing form, have some shoes, some flip-flops, just new merch in general, either from the many faces or Ray Taylor Show. But every week there will be new merch. Also, every week there will be new NFTs. Every week I will be dropping, the goal is to drop 20 NFTs every week, which is kind of a lot of work. At least until I catch up to where I'm at right now. And eventually I'll probably go back to the old stuff and launch those as NFTs. But yeah, 20 new NFTs in theory every week. Look forward to that. So if you want to support me, you want to collect NFTs, that's what I'm doing. If you're against NFTs, I understand it. A lot of people hate NFTs. You might hate me for releasing NFTs. I get it, but I am trying to not be homeless. So I am trying to do every single thing I can think of to make money. New merch every week. New NFTs every week. New original artwork daily. New podcast daily. If you want to sponsor the Ray Taylor Show, hit me up. If you are a business, you want to sell a product, whatever it is, you want to sponsor the show and have me promote your product, your service, whatever it is, you let me know. Hit me up. Pitch it to me. But I need to make money. So forgive me if I'm not environmentally friendly in all that I do. But I'm trying. So that's pretty much it. Oh, no, that's not it. That is not it. The worst thing that happened. And it happened again. Ugh. I guess saving the best for last. Obviously, if you're seeing the background of this episode, you get an idea. You can see what happened. I got during a live on TikTok, painting every Thursday, painting live on TikTok, I got banned again. Same thing. These fragile little snowflake conservatives, just the mild reference to their beliefs being stupid or somebody laughing at will get them to flag my live stream. So this one, I was listening to All Fantasy Everything this Thursday, about an hour into All Fantasy Everything. The episode I was listening to, they were drafting Irish people, whether they are real or fictional Irish people. It was St. Patrick's Day on that day that I was on, that last Thursday that I was recording, and listening to that. And one of the people drafted Van Morrison, who is a musician, but a musician that have in recent years become very conservative, or at least been very vocal in the kind of conservative view, with their conservative viewpoints, very much kind of on the side of Trump. Believes in conspiracy theories, believes that very anti-Semitic, thinks that Jewish people are lizard people. And that's not why the person drafted that particular Irishman, but they were laughing at the fact that this guy that his beliefs are very wacky. Like, he believes in lizard people. And somebody watching my live stream thought that was offensive and flagged my live stream, because God knows my painting is not offensive. Like, hateful behavior is not something people would describe my paintings as, and not something that I really speak to unless it's swipe up. So I thought my appeal would go through, just as it went through the last time this happened. The last time I got banned, I was listening to Doug Loves Movies, and the people on that podcast were laughing at Trump, because it was a podcast from back in the day when Trump was still president. And the guests on the Doug Loves Movies podcast were laughing and talking shit about Trump. And of course, a conservative person watching my live stream was offended and flagged it. I appealed it, and it was overturned immediately. My luck did not go that way this time. I don't know if I'll ever be able to broadcast live on TikTok again on that account. So from this day moving forward, until that happens, which even if I get reinstated in TikTok, I'm not going to paint. Like, I can't listen to music because of copyright stuff. You know, there's fewer and fewer podcasts I will be able to listen to, because if I'm assuming my appeal didn't go through is because there was some bad words that were said in addition. Like, a couple characters said fuck. A couple people on the podcast said the F word. And that is part of the hateful behavior, using profane language, which people on TikTok use. It's just they don't always get flagged for it. So I assume that's why it went through. But I know it was not that. That is not why I was flagged. I was flagged because some conservative was angry that the people on the podcast were laughing at them and laughing at their beliefs that Jewish people are lizards. So I'm back to YouTube. Every Thursday, still painting live. Every Thursday, 4:20 Pacific time, I will be painting live on YouTube, youtube.com/inspired disorder. So go check that out. It is the exact same Little bit different camera angle. It's wide instead of vertical. But the same thing. I will listen to the same podcast because YouTube doesn't have the same community guidelines that TikTok has. TikTok is very conservative with their stuff because a lot of children use it, which I understand. YouTube has separated the age differences in a way to where if you have stuff that's not made for children, it doesn't get served to children. So you don't have to worry about language as much unless you're going to be monetizing your stuff, in which case it's still far more lenient than TikTok. So my live paintings now will be over on YouTube, Thursdays, same time, same place, same show, same thing, just through YouTube instead of TikTok, which is a bummer because I got more views over at TikTok. It's just a platform that promotes your stuff really well. But yeah, and until further notice, all live painting will be done over at YouTube, which is fine. I mean, when it happened, I was between paintings. I saw the feed go dead on my laptop, and I knew instantly that somebody flagged me. So it was just a pretty quick adjustment, and I launched the YouTube app instead to stream, and got the stream up pretty quick afterwards. So for moving forward, that will be the change. But other than that, that's been my week. Pretty productive week, good week. Got some things done. TikTok is whatever. Putting your eggs in any one basket is stupid anyway, and I learned that long ago. So it's disappointing that TikTok has banned me, my art account on TikTok. What I'd like to do when my Ray Taylor Show account gets high enough, I'm going to do a live stream kind of behind the scenes as I record this show. So we'll see how long that lasts, because I'm sure that won't last very long either. But yeah, not very hopeful that TikTok will be the place I stream live. YouTube, the quality of stream is much better on TikTok. I can say that. It is much lower quality through YouTube. At least I stream them from a phone, both of them. I use as my streaming device. But yeah. Anyway, live paintings, Thursdays, 4:20 Pacific time, youtube.com/inspired disorder. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good week. Yeah. Have a good week. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.